So our lead this hour, as it generally happens on a Sunday night into a Monday morning, crossing over, comes from L.A. Sunday Night Football. The Rams playing host to the Tennessee Titans. Al Michaels so excited that all he had to do was get on the highway from his home there in Brentwood and drive on the 405 freeway to Inglewood to call the game. A short trip, no five-star hotel, no cross-country flight for Al Michaels. Chris Collinsworth, he's the one that had to do the traveling, lives in Cincinnati, he had to fly across the country to come to L.A. Now, the game lost a lot of its luster because Derrick Henry, snap, crackle, pop, out for likely the rest of the year for the Titans. And the anticipated debut of Von Miller did not happen. What the heck? He was supposed to play. He didn't play. He wasn't active in the game. So the Rams' big acquisition, Von Miller didn't play. Henry didn't play. Did you watch? Maybe not. Matthew Stafford, very shaky, tossed a pair of consecutive interceptions within 11 seconds of each other in the second quarter, and the Titans shorthanded, ineffective all night on offense, but they get a 28-16 win. Upset. They were big 7.5-point underdogs in the gambling line as they go down to L.A. and get the win. The Rams and the Titans end up both with 7-2 records. L.A.'s impressive 4-game winning streak comes to an end. So let us discuss the question. Did the Titans win this game, or did the Rams lose it? That's the question. And the answer, the only acceptable answer, the arrow is pointing at the Rams. All right, the Rams, not the Titans, the Rams. The Rams lost it more than the Titans won the game. Now I've got Pony Express, Guardian Angel, and Teachable. And we'll tie all of these things together. Now, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to the Titans. You got your present early. You got your present courtesy of the Rams. Without Derrick Henry in the lineup, Tennessee, I think we can all agree on this, they needed help. And they got help, right? They got it from several bonehead plays. It was nothing magical that Tennessee's defense did. It was Matthew Stafford flashing back. He was flashing back to his days in Detroit there. A couple of bad decisions by him. Now, Chris Collinsworth, I wanted to throw something at my TV. He attempted to spin this in favor of Tennessee, and I can only think he must be on the payroll for the Titans or something along those lines. He said, well, they deserve credit. He got to be joking. You got to be joking. I totally disagree with that. Tennessee's win was not possible without the Rams and, might I add, the officials, the Zebras, meddling, the 12th man for the Titans in this game. They sent a W, hand-delivered, to the Tennessee Titans there via the Pony Express or the Zebra Express. Without Henry in the lineup, the Tennessee offense generated 16 first downs, 3 of those via penalty by the Rams, courtesy of the 12th man, the officials. Ryan Tannehill averaged a robust 5.3 yards per pass. Now, an average quarterback is at 7 yards per pass. Ryan Tannehill was at 5.3. Adrian Peterson, Hall of Fame running back. Woo, big pickup. Played like he had lead shoes in quicksand. 21 yards on 10 carries. Played like a guy that should be retired. Sucked. Tennessee's stable of running backs averaged 2.7 yards per carry. And I'm supposed to give that team credit? My ass. No. They needed an advantageous beginning to set them up, right? And that's where part B of our story goes to Matthew Stafford, who had in his Ram career the rare and unusual bad game for the Rams. He had been playing he didn't practice much. He had a stiff back and a bad ankle. No excuses. He has to do better. He has to be better. And his many hiccups, in addition, as we said to the officials, helping the Tennessee Titans, and they needed all the help they could get. I mean, let's be honest. Come on. Was anyone impressed with that team? Be honest. You couldn't be. If you know football, you could not be impressed with that team. And Matthew Stafford, I don't know what Vrabel did after the game, Mike Vrabel, but I hope he gave a game ball to Matthew Stafford, because Stafford was the guardian angel for the Tennessee Titans without Derrick Henry. He handed them 14 points interception inside his own end zone. He had, it wasn't quite to the level of Carson Wentz and his screw-up a couple weeks ago, but it was similar decision there. Rather than take the safety, you try to throw the ball, and that resulted in the long one-play, 2-yard touchdown drive for the Titans. The very next possession, within 11 seconds, Stafford, being pressured, tried to find Robert Woods, and he forced the pass into double, triple coverage, and Kevin Byard intercepted, 24-yard pick six, and Tennessee was up 14-3. And then you had the many penalties. Keep in mind, the Rams, this is why people question the integrity of the NFL. The Rams, the cleanest team in the NFL on penalties all season, the least penalized team. So, make some phone calls, you call in the certain officiating crew, and abracadabra. Let's make up for lost time, boys. The most disciplined team in the NFL. Let's go. Let's call it Phantoms of the Flag. Phantoms of the Flag here. Aaron Donald with a two-hand tap of Ryan Tannehill. This is symbolic of the type of night that it was. A two-hand touch play by Aaron Donald, Hall of Fame defensive player. He got dinged for roughing the passer. And I guess in a Pussy Willow football league, that is roughing the passer. But my God, what are you doing? Holy cannoli, was that a bullcrap call? The Rams are flagged for 12 penalties and 115 yards. I'm told that's the most they've had since they were the St. Louis Rams back in the day. That has not been that bad in the Sean McVay era. So the officials, hey, listen, that is the 12th man. You talk about aiding and abetting. The Tennessee Titans there. A combination of Stafford having a couple of bad throws and then the officials taking care of the rest, and that's how you get a win in a Sunday night game. All right, last word here. So overall, doing a cost-benefit analysis, I have determined that loss by the Rams, good loss. That was a good loss. It is a reminder that they still have work to do. Right? Sean McVay's team has been feasting on cupcakes and fruit pies. They've enjoyed the hostess schedule. They hadn't played anyone who had even a pulse since Russell Wilson, and he got injured in that game against the Rams, the Seahawk-Ram game back in early October. And the Rams have done what they're supposed to. They beat the hungry puppies, the Giants, the Lions, the Texans, garbage and trash of football. But I promise you this, based on Sean McVay's track record, L.A. will regroup and will be a better football team as a result. Now, the good news is they get another cream pie. The 49ers, a joke of a franchise, next Monday night, and then they go into the bye week. But when the season ends, this loss to the Tennessee Titans will be a mere footnote. A teachable moment, mind you, and we often hear from many meathead football coaches that you learn more from your mistakes than from your successes is a mantra that has been repeated ad nauseum over the years. Now, if that's the real value, right, of a mistake, it gets you ready for success. You make adjustments and upward and onward. As for Tennessee, it's good for the moment, but does anybody think this is sustainable? Are the Tennessee Titans going to be in position where the officials are their 12th man the rest of the year and that they run into quarterbacks that have brain farts week after week? That doesn't seem like a formula that can work the rest of the year, because I promise you, Adrian Peterson is washed up. Stick a fork in him. He is done. Dunskies. But hey, at least on this night, they got a head start. Tennessee did from the Zebras. Got a little help there. Pushing them along. All right, let's hear from some of the key participants. Here's Matthew Stafford, who points out everything that I just said, that he effed the game up at the very beginning.
I'd done too much damage early in that game to get us out of it. I love the way our guys fought. We were close, so I love the way our guys fight and the way they battle. I always appreciate that, but just got to be cleaner. Turnovers, penalties, all those kind of things hurt us tonight.
Yeah, exactly. You just chalk it up. He gave the game away. That's it. Just gave the game away. All right, here's one more from Sean McVay here. And the trolls are excited. It's actually orgasmic for the trolls. But Sean McVay has a message to the many trolls out and about.
You go back and you say, all right, we're not going to allow one game to define us. I don't think that's reflective of the type of football team we are. We had a rough night, and it really seemed like that was kind of the narrative for the night. I choose to believe that tonight was not the reflection of who we are. We can look at it, we'll correct it, and we'll keep it moving.
There you go. See, they're going to keep it moving. Choo-choo. They're moving down the tracks just like that. Choo-choo. Yeah. It's a partay. It's a soiree. Greatest loss ever for the Rams right there. Very impressive loss by the Rams. They'll be back to ramming it all day and ramming it all night before you know it. And at some point, the officials will not be helping out the Titans, and the other quarterback will not be helping them out, and then they're screwed because they got nothing.